your motivation to say, guys, promote me. Hi beautiful people, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. It's great to have you in my little corner of YouTube where we speak all things adulting, faith, and lifestyle. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button. That red button must turn gray. Give this video a massive thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment down below what you enjoyed about today's video and what other videos you'd like to see. Share this with anybody and everybody who you think might need it. And last but not least, hit this notification bell so that you do not miss another video, because we are back, guys. Like I said, I'm tired of saying sorry, but I think everybody has noticed that it has been a rough year. I think from a workload perspective, a mental health perspective, a lot happened this year. But I'm actually excited to record today's video. It's my first sit down in I don't know how long. And it's actually going to come out before all the other vlog content that I've been recording in the past I don't know how long. Yeah, I think you guys just deserve a sit down. And I've been burning to get this one, out. So might as well. But anyway, a few vlogs ago, I told you guys that there's good news I got that I can't tell you guys yet because it was just premature. But I have finally been promoted to a senior associate. So as you can see in the title of this video, I want to share some tips and tricks on what I did and what my career coach has done. I've gone into an extensive research and had a lot of conversations with people in my firm regarding, tips and tricks on how to get promoted, especially as a young professional. So now I know that I am in consulting, but I think a lot of this stuff is relevant to all young professionals. So do stay tuned, do sit back, relax, take notes, make mental notes, whatever it is. But without wasting any more time, I want to quickly get into how the big four firms work, particularly my firm. And this is also just in the consulting space. I don't know how assurance does things. I don't know how tax, legal, all the other departments, I don't know how they do their things. But in consulting, especially in strategy consulting, this is how things go. I say that because advisory and assurance are very different. And when I say big four firm, some people are asking me about accounting things and graduate trainee things. And I'm just like, I don't know anything about that. But the tips still work. But what I'm about to share is basically a quick summary of the performance review period and the performance review, process that you undergo as someone who is in the advisory space in my firm, which is a big four firm. So before I get into the details of the performance review procedure, I quickly want to take you through, the different levels that we have and the hierarchy, if I want to call it that. I hate that word, but the hierarchy that we have at my firm. So we start off as, a new grad straight out of varsity as an associate 1. Then you get promoted to associate 2. Then you get promoted to senior associate 1, senior associate 2, manager, senior manager, director, and partner. So I started and joined the firm in 2021, and I have been promoted every year since I've joined. 2021 I was an associate 1, and then 2022 got promoted to associate 2, and 2023 I have just been promoted to senior associate 1. So clearly whatever I'm doing is correct. So why not talk about it? But before I get into anything else, I'm not a career coach. I am not a career consultant. I am not an HR specialist. I am literally just sharing my own opinions, and like I said, the opinions of the people that I have interviewed to prepare for this video. So, at my firm, the performance review process is as such. especially in consulting. At the end of the performance review period, you'll be asked to fill in a form that states everything that you did throughout that year. The proposals you did, the projects you worked on, the thought leaderships that you wrote, literally everything. EOIs, which are expressions of interest, very similar to RFPs, requests for proposals. You literally list everything. And then you go into like very nitty gritty things about the things that you did throughout the year, the feedback that you received, how you worked on that feedback, if you know it was like feedback where you have to improve on a specific developmental goal, and so forth. So with that being said, you fill in that form, and that form needs to be as comprehensive as possible. That is basically your motivation to say, guys, promote me, literally. So after you filled in this form, you have a conversation with your career coach and your team lead. Your career coach, probably, I usually have mine with my career coach first, and she'll, go through my form and be like, be a bit more prescriptive here, be, a bit more or a bit less, prescriptive or descriptive here. I would rather say it like this instead of like that, because here it feels like you're fighting here, and so forth, right? And then once we have spoken, then I have a chat with my team lead, who is basically my line manager, who I report directly into. And sometimes I will include my career coach in those discussions so that she can also back me up and be like, no, we wrote it like this, or we filled in the form like this because of A, B, and C, right? So after all of that is done, you submit everything. You submit all the forms, all your feedback that you've received from your peers, from your managers, anybody who is superior to you, all of that stuff, you submit that, right? And thereafter, now, career roundtable or performance review discussions begin, where your team lead has to now go in and say, listen, look at all of the things that Rori has done. I believe she deserves this impact tier rating, and as such, because of this impact tier rating, she deserves to be promoted to senior associate, or to associate 2, or whatever the case might be, to manager, or so forth. So you really need to have your team lead on your side. And it's not a matter of bribery, it's not a matter of favoritism, it's just a matter of creating good relationships with your team lead, because they have no issues with going and saying, listen, Rori deserves to be promoted. She's checked all the boxes. She's met her KPIs. Why are you guys fighting? That's basically how it goes. Now, if you are not part of a big 4 firm and you are a young professional, I would then say you're skipping to this part. I will also say it at the beginning, just to make sure that you guys don't sit through all of that, because you didn't need to know that if you are not working at a big 4 firm. So without any further ado, the first tip to getting promoted or to standing out at work for promotion goes like this. Number 1, I know it sucks, but go above your job description. As much as it sucks, just doing what your job description says is not going to get you promoted. That is basically the bare minimum. You need to go above and beyond, whether that is showing value in certain areas, whether it is, for example, if you are working on a project and you can see that there are ways to make things more efficient, go in, tell your engagement manager, your project lead, that listen, we do this the same way all the time. How about we do it like this? Let's automate the process. Let's build a flow in Alteryx or in Power BI to build a dashboard that will help us, keep track of costs and all of that stuff. Let's find ways to make more redundant processes efficient. For example, make sure that you show value where needed. And in the areas that you show value, like if you say, let's make this more efficient, this process more efficient, make sure that you own it, because somebody is going to go and run with your idea. Your partner or manager, it's a dog eat dog world, by the way, out here. So your partner or your manager will be like to a senior manager, for example, hey, Rori said we can do 1, 2, 3. Then that senior manager is going to go and do it and own that process and run with your work, and you get 0 credit. So make sure whatever value you are adding, whatever improvements you are, suggesting for the work that you guys do, make sure you own those processes. Even if you don't have the actual, knowledge to actually build an Alteryx flow, for example, or build a dashboard on Tableau or on Power BI, make sure that you reach out to someone in the firm who you know is an expert who can help you build it. And that's how you own the process, and keep your line managers involved in all of that as you automate a process. I'm using just this as an example, but there's many ways to show yourself above and beyond, or show value and show yourself as an asset to the firm above and beyond your job description. Getting into the office at 9 and leaving at 5 is not going to get you promoted. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, it's not going to get you promoted. It's not enough. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Before I get into the next tip, I quickly just want to add on to the last one. By going above and beyond your job description, you are showing your manco, your exco, your management, seniors, and whatever, that you are passionate about your job and that you actually want to be here and you want to make a difference. Because as a consultant, you are going in to make a difference. You are going in to solve problems. And going above and beyond your job description, for example, to automate a process, is solving a problem. It's solving a redundancy problem, which will improve efficiency, which will then improve costs, which is good for the business. So make sure you are showing your value in any way possible, as even if you think it's a small thing, it's a big thing. So it just shows initiative. It shows that you're proactive. It shows that you are passionate about your job. The second thing that you want to do if you want to stand out at work and potentially stand out to get a promotion is to do short courses / continuously upskill yourself. Since I joined my firm, I joined straight after doing my honors degree. Since I joined the firm, I haven't studied further. I do plan on doing my master's in the next few years and furthering my studies. But in the meantime, I'm doing a whole lot of short courses. This is to show that you are a continuous learner, someone who is not afraid to be stretched, someone who is able to manage their time, someone who is able to get in there not knowing anything, because as consultants, you are thrown into projects, you don't know a single thing, but you are able to get in there, do a short course, know the basics, and then give your all in a project. Since I joined the firm that I'm at, I have done so many short courses, either through Udemy or through Udacity. Last year I got a business analytics nano degree. This year I got my Lean Six Sigma white belt, my Lean Six Sigma yellow belt. I'm currently pursuing my Lean Six Sigma green belt, and we'll see if I do the black belt. I'm still deciding. But I'm continuously upskilling myself to show that I am an asset, because the more you know, the more of an asset you are to whatever project they're trying to put you on, the more you're an asset to the firm, even if it's not from a project perspective, but it could be for internal things as well. The third one, and this is something that I'm actually doing a lot of this year, is observing what my management and my seniors are doing and have done in their lives to get to where they are right now. Whether it is in their specific job, whether it is in the courses that they've done to get to where they are, whether it is in the degrees that they studied, but mainly in the courses, as well as their behavior. How do they behave when they are in public, in client events, or when they're in workshops? Literally scrutinize everything that they do. When your partner is presenting in front of the client, or in front of a town hall audience, or whatever it might be, scrutinize how they speak. I'm saying a lot in this video. That is not great. I'll also I'm planning, do let me know, but I'm planning on doing a public speaking video in the near future as well on tips and tricks, because I have received a lot of comments and DMs about, oh, you speak so fluently and you speak so well. Please, can you help us get to that level? And presenting is something that is very important, and being able to articulate yourself well is something that is very important as a consultant. So I do plan on doing a video like that on how to, improve your presentation skills as well as your public speaking skills, especially as a young professional. It's very important. That is not part of the point. But I was just saying, scrutinize what they do. if you send a deck, for example, to your partner for approval or for review, and they send back comments for you to address and fix, keep those things in mind, right? Even if it means keeping a notebook of the things that they tell you to fix, so that in future you never make that mistake again. You carry yourself like you're in management. You carry yourself like you're an executive in a company, because if you learn from them, you're obviously going to get to where they are, if that's where you're trying to be, if you're trying to be a director or a partner or whatever in the future. The fourth thing that I want to tip you on how to stand out to get a promotion, or how to just stand out in general at work, is to work at the next level's KPIs. KPIs are key performance indicators. I'm saying that for those who are not yet working, as I do have a lot of students who watch this video, or watch my videos rather. And I mean this as, you need to prove that you are eligible and you are capable of doing the next level's work. For example, as a senior associate 1, I need to now look at what a senior associate 2 does, the responsibilities that they take on, and mimic that. Do those things to show yourself approved. This is actually even in the Bible. I mean, study your word daily to show yourself approved. I'm not trying to remix the Bible, but it basically is the same principle. Study the KPIs of the next level. If you want to be promoted to a manager as an SA2 being senior associate 2, make sure that you are working at that level. You are managing others. You are leading work streams. You are leading projects. You are coming up with new ideas. You are giving partners ideas on how to approach a specific, client for potential business. You never know what it is. Whatever it is, always work at the next level. Always work at the next level's KPIs. I always tell the people that I coach, the young associates that I coach at work, to work as if they're a senior associate. Show initiative as if you're a senior associate. Speak as if you're a senior associate. Study what a senior associate does and do it like that. Mimic them. I hate the word mimic. I hate the word copy. But basically, that's what it is. So that you can show yourself during the performance review period, they'll be like, but Rori has shown that she can manage others. She has shown that she's a good leader. She has shown that she can, speak well and articulate well. She has shown that she can interact with global teams because we are a global firm. She has shown that she has cultural diversity and isn't afraid to speak to anybody of any ethnic group, any background, whatever it might be, and so forth. So show yourself at the next level. I always say, I'm going to speak about it a bit later, but I always say, even the way you dress at the next level. Look at how your partner dresses. If your partner comes in heels and a suit, come dressed in a heel and a suit. Dress for the job that you want, So always do something to get to where you want to get. I read a book earlier. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have known. James Clear says something along the lines of, I'm going to paraphrase it, but he says the decisions you make today and the actions that you make today are basically a vote for who you want to be in the future. Whatever you're doing today is a vote for you to be promoted to whatever level you want to be promoted to in the future. Think about it like that. The fifth thing that I want to quickly talk about is continuously asking for feedback from your seniors, from your line managers, from your partner, from your engagement manager, whoever it might be. I mean this continuously and regularly. Don't only wait until the end of the project to ask for feedback, because at the end of the project, you can't fix anything. The project is done. Whereas if you continuously ask for feedback, whether it's formal or informal feedback, to be like, hey, how am I doing in this regard when it comes to managing others? And then they'll tell you, as your senior, maybe you could coach them better, maybe speak to them like this instead of like that, maybe be a bit less blunt and a bit less harsh when giving them feedback and all of that stuff. Then that is something that you can develop on and fix throughout the rest of the project. Because if it's at the end, what are you supposed to do? Okay, I need to learn how to manage people better. Where's the next opportunity? Whereas then at the end of the project, they can come back and say, okay, Throughout the project, we told Rori to focus on these developmental areas. And at the end of the project, A, B, and C exhibits have shown that she has developed in this criteria that we told her to focus on, and she is, much better than she was at the beginning of the project. So regularly, continuously ask for feedback from your seniors, whether it is formal or informal, and even from your peers as well. We have a system where we ask for, I think I mentioned this in the beginning, we have a system where we ask for feedback from our peers, and then we ask for feedback, like upward feedback as well. Upward feedback being feedback from anybody that is above you. The next tip that I want to speak about is to create a brand for yourself. Create a name for yourself. They must know who Rori is. When I joined the firm, I made sure to get involved in things that are outside of my project work. Whether it was CSR work, whether it was running the team meetings. I ran the team meetings, literally started running the team meetings a few months after I joined the firm. Literally. As the beginning that I was, I literally started running team meetings and presenting in team meetings, and I did that for 2 years, and I recently just handed that over to other associates so that they can also get that experience. But whether it is joining so I also emceed certain events, whatever strengths that you have, whatever hobbies that you have, leverage those and use those to get involved in things outside of project work. Not only does it show your initiative and your passion and you wanting to be there, but it also helps you create a brand for yourself. They know that Rori is the girl. If you want an MC, Rori's coming. If you need someone to present somewhere, Rori's your girl. If you want Rori, or if you need someone to coach young associates, Rori is your girl. Not only that, but it helps you build your network as well, because when you get involved in things that are outside of your project work, you're interacting with people who are outside of your project team, and as such, you're meeting new people and you're building a network so that you know that if I need regulatory risk, whatever things, I go to this person, because in this, when I was involved in this initiative, she handled the risk things. If she doesn't know, she'll know someone who knows. You know what I mean? So it helps you build a network for yourself as well. The seventh thing that I want to speak about is being proactive. If there is an opportunity, raise your hand. They will not give you the opportunity if you do not ask. So ask, raise your hand, especially as a junior. I know how it feels to just be forgotten. Literally just be forgotten. So be proactive. If there's a proposal, stand up and say, hey, I have capacity to work on it for about 4 hours. Please, can I get involved? Even if it's something small like writing notes after a client session, or helping to I don't know, I'm thinking of an example. Helping to, organize conferences, whatever it might be. Show proactivity. I don't know if that's a word. I think it is. But be proactive. Show that, take that initiative, take that first step, raise your hand. Because if you don't, they're going to bypass you and they're going to give it to someone else who is showing more initiative. That's, like I said, dog eat dog world. They don't just say, Rori has capacity, she can help. They say, oh, I don't know, Godfrey raised his hand to, because he showed interest in this. We're going to give it to him. Even if he doesn't have full capacity, we're going to give it to him because he showed initiative. He was proactive. If you do not ask, they will not give you the opportunity. That's that on that. The eighth thing that I want to tell you or give you a tip on, if you want to stand out for promotion, is to have incredible work ethic. Maintain that work ethic, whether it is a low season, whether it is a high season, whether it is a dry season, whether it is a busy season, whatever it might be, your work ethic needs to be excellent. The word says, the Bible says, do everything as if you are doing it unto the Lord. Do your work with excellence. Do what you are given, do the tasks that you're given well. Do them well, so that they know that Rori is your girl. If you want a good slide, Rori is your girl. Once again, showing your value and, being an asset to the firm. Maintain a good work ethic. If it means working the extra hours, work the extra hours. As a young professional, as someone who is trying to create a brand for themselves, you actually have to sacrifice to create that brand, to maintain a good work ethic. Sometimes it comes with sacrifice, and I've had to make, peace with that. That sometimes I might not be able to see my parents for a month because every weekend I'm catching up on reading because I'm trying to be an asset for the firm. And then I know at the next team meeting, I can be like, hey guys, knowledge share, this is what's happening, work ethic, guys. I cannot stress this enough. Work ethic. You cannot run away from hard work. So get used to it. It's not about who you know. Yes, it is about who you know, but it's also about how hard you work. Because who you know gets you in, how hard you work, and your work ethic keeps you in and keeps you growing within the firm. The last one, present yourself well. This one goes very well, or goes hand in hand with creating a brand for yourself, but present yourself well. Dress well, don't be late, be on time. If anything, be early and stay late. Be on time, be that girl, man. Like, be presentable, especially when you're going to clients, even internally. Present yourself well, articulate yourself well, make sure that you are up to date with the latest news on whatever industry that you're working in. Present yourself well. Take yourself seriously. If you don't take yourself seriously, how do you expect anybody else to take you seriously? Take yourself seriously. And if it means you have to walk around with a ruler up your bum, walk around with a ruler up your bum. Present yourself well. I cannot stress this enough. Keep it together. Keep it together. So in closing, I quickly just want to highlight, you don't get promoted for doing just your job well. You get promoted for adding value to the firm that you're working at, for being an asset to the firm that you're working at, for bringing in more money, because if you're an asset, it means you are doing well for the business and the business is able to make more money out of you. I know that sounds wrong, but you don't get promoted for just doing your job. I'm sorry. For just doing your job, even if you do it well, sometimes it's not enough. You get promoted for the value you're adding. So I really hope that this helped, gave you a bit of insight, especially if you are a young professional who is trying to get in there and do the most. I've been in for about 2 years and 7 months now. And like I said, since I joined, every single year I've been promoted to the next level. So clearly I'm doing something right, like I said at the beginning of the video. So with that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do comment, like, subscribe, and share this. If you are a more experienced professional, do share some more tips and tricks down in the comment section about how to get promoted or how to stand out at work so that you can be considered for promotion in your next review or performance review cycle. So with that, we've reached the end of today's video. I am so rusty at sit downs. Lord help me. I am so rusty at sit downs. But with that, with so much love and so much light from me to you, have an amazing rest of the day. Stay safe. God bless. And I love you guys so, so, so much. Thank you guys for all the love. Even though I have been away and been inconsistent, you guys, the family keeps growing. And I come in and I'm just like, guys, I'm not even posting. And you guys are still commenting on videos that I posted 2 years ago. So thank you guys so much for the love. Thank you guys for continuing to share my content. Thank you guys to the to my Instagram family. If you're not following me on Instagram, go and hit me up on Instagram. Thank you to my Instagram family for the love, for the DMs, for checking in on me. Rory, you haven't been around. What's up? We're praying for you. Thank you guys so much for all of that. It means more than you know. So like I said, with so much love and so much light from me to you, have an amazing rest of the day. Stay safe and God bless. And good luck for your next performance review cycle. Bye guys.